I would define cross-cultural skills as not just knowing your culture, but other people's culture. It'll build social skills which you'll need for the rest of your life.
Today we're going to analyze your media for bias and stereotypes, right? So the unit that we've been working on actually is a thematic unit called the Power of Words. And so it began with looking at functional documents and with the emphasis of how are words used, with a variety of consumer documents, which is an ELA standard. So when you're thinking of who is this ad made for, right? Who is this ad made for?
Well, our project we're doing it in our classroom is about stereotype, and we have to learn about ads, how ads stereotype race and cultures.
A stereotype is like a generalization, like just saying, oh, like this race or that race does only one certain thing, which maybe it's not true.
After talking about what is stereotypes, what is bias, and really more importantly, what is culture. Students who play soccer at lunch, is that a culture? Why? Ready, set, go.
Yeah. Like how some kids play the soccer and some kids play basketball, those are their little cultures.
Culture is anything where several people can express themselves, soccer culture, sports culture, anything where there is many people who are passionate about it.
It's community. Who's in your community? It might be the kids playing soccer at lunch. Okay, it's definitely us in this classroom. It's now you in your group. It's your neighborhoods. It could be connected with your ethnicity. It could be connected with your race. It really opens a world for them that they haven't really discussed about. And that's one of the things we talked about in class. They've never really talked about this before. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, go, wow, 1, 2, 3. Wow. I know, okay. And so it's part of building my culture in the classroom is addressing it from the beginning. One of the first things is I have the students help and create norms for the class when discussing this. So we just emphasize sticking to the norms for the good of being able to have discussions because they can provide a lot of rich experiences.
This project helped me a lot. I used to stereotype myself, but since now I learned about other stereotypes and how people very offended about it. And when I look into them, I just see how they're heartbroken and how they're feeling. And I just wanted to stop doing that and be generous and kind.
So the importance of cross-cultural skills, really I found give students the opportunity to work with each other in ways that they normally wouldn't have. A lot of times in junior high, just because of the nature of junior high and the nature of students, sometimes they have those walls up, particularly when they're just trying to identify themselves with a particular type of peer group. That when those walls, it's really difficult when you're doing group work to get them to work with people that they assume on the outside are different from each other. So in order for me to get the most out of them, I have to, from the beginning of the year, address that cross-cultural skills and have them be able to learn how to collaborate and work with each other.
Well, my teacher created a classroom culture. It's because she encouraged us to speak out to each other more. So pretty much we're like a family in this period.
I think cross-cultural skills support students in their academic achievement because definitely for their collaboration, but really why I do it is because I think it's just so important to teach the students about how to have conversations like this respectfully and to understand that it's not that everybody's the same, but that to understand the skill of respecting each other's differences and acknowledging them and being aware of how they're perceived positively and negatively around the world and how to navigate through that.
We are not just a group of people that were thrown together in a class. We become friends with people we necessarily wouldn't have been friends with before this class. This class has basically been like a lifelong lesson for us.